section 7-8, you were taught shortcuts that you could use to multiply these. So the shortcut is you square the first term, you multiply the two terms together and double it, and since everything was positive, that's plus, and you can square the last term. So 2 squared is 4, 2 times 2 is 4x plus x squared. Now, you could have also done box method or written it out 2 plus x and FOILed it. It still works the other way. This is just a shortcut. On number 5, if you're going to do 2x plus 6 squared, you square the first term. You double the multiplication of the two terms, and you square the last term. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared, plus 2 times 2 times 6. Actually, I think of it as 2 times 6 is, I think of it as 2x times 6 is 12x, and then I double 12x and get 24x. And then 6 squared is 36. Number 7, it's another square of a binomial, so I can use the shortcut, which says I square the first term. Since the middle terms add, I'm going to write add. I multiply the two terms together, 2a times 7b, but then I double that, and I square the last term. So 2a times 2a is 4a squared. 2a times 7b is 14ab, and then you double 14ab to get a 28ab. And then 7b times 7b is 49b squared. Number 9 is the square of a binomial. So I can square the first term. Since my middle term is minus, now I'm going to have minus. I multiply the two terms together, so x times 2, but you double it, and then you square the last term. So the last term is always added, because basically I'm going to be squaring a negative 2, which is always going to be positive. So it's going to be x squared. 2 times x is 2x, double it, you get 4x, but because it was a minus sign, you have to write the middle term as minus, and then a negative 2 times a negative 2 is a positive 4. Number 11, square the first term. Since the terms are subtracted, you're going to subtract. You multiply 8 times x, and you double it, and you square the last term. So it's plus, technically it's a negative x squared, but I know the last term is going to be positive. So 8 squared is 64. 8 times x is 8x, double it, you get 16x. And a negative x times a negative x is a positive x squared. Number 13, it's another square of a binomial, so I can use the shortcut. The shortcut is square the first term, multiply the two terms together, 7a times 2b, double it, and because there was a minus sign in the middle, I'm going to subtract the middle term. The last term's always plus, because when you square anything, so I'm going to square negative 2b squared, it's going to be positive. So 7a times 7a is 49a squared. 7a times 2b is 14ab. I double 14ab, I get 28ab, and because it was minus in the problem, the middle term is minus. And then a negative 2b times a negative 2b is a positive 4b squared. Number 15, that's a difference of two squares. So if you recognize this pattern, a plus b times a minus b, instead of thinking it as FOIL, all you have to do is first times first and last times last. So that's a shortcut. If you don't want to use the shortcut, FOIL it all out or do the box method. But the shortcut is I just have to square the first two terms, and I have to square the 6, but a positive 6 times a negative 6 is going to be negative. So it's going to be x squared minus 36. Number 17, that's the difference. That fits my pattern, a plus b, a minus b, because a is 2x squared, b is a positive 3. So the shortcut is basically, it's what you're doing is you're multiplying the first term by the first term, and you're multiplying the last term by the last term. So that's the shortcut. You don't have to worry about outsides or insides. So 2 times 2 is going to be 4x to the 4th. A positive 3 times a negative 3 is a negative 9. And then 19, that fits a minus b, a plus b. So it's the same thing. The shortcut is 2x times 2x and a negative 5y times a positive 5y. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Negative 5 times negative 5 is negative 25, and y times y is y squared. So that whole section was done using shortcuts. You still could have done every one of those the long way, the same way you were taught in section 7.7.